Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Bob Green and I am the instructor for the Winemaking Certificate Program, which is offered by Continuing Education at Penn State Berks and Penn State Barron. So who will benefit from this program? It is designed to provide an educational background for people who are working in the winery. So that would include cellar workers, tasting room personnel, as well as owners and managers who want to understand exactly what's going on with the winemaking process. We have many students who come in who are interested in starting their own winery as well. And so we give them the foundation for not only the winemaking aspect of it, but also some of the regulations that they will have to work with as they go through the process of opening and running a winery. And finally, but not least, we have home winemakers who want to delve further into the winemaking process, just to deepen their own understanding and also maybe some of the more science and technical aspect of winemaking in general. The program consists of 9 7-week courses that are offered over 3 semesters at Penn State. Each of these courses covers, in some fashion, the following topics: the winemaking process from harvest to packaging. So this is from the time when the grapes arrive at the winery until they are put into the bottle for sale. Winery equipment, wine chemistry, the sensory attributes of wines. In other words, what does wine taste like? What should it taste like? What are some of the faults that we might find in some of the wine that is out there? Winery sanitation, which is a topic which is of most importance. And finally, a little bit about vineyard growing and the growing cycle of grapes as a way mostly to inform winemakers about this process so that they can speak intelligently with a grower or their vineyard manager. The program and the courses are offered in 2 fashions. Most of the material is online lecture materials, and these can be followed at your own pace, kind of staying within the 7-week parameters of the course itself. So every week we have a new module opening with new information, and it is expected that students will stay current with the week that they're in. The next week a new module will open with the next set of materials, and students can then move into the second week or whatever week it is. We also have weekly Zoom sessions, and these are basically just open discussions. There is a topic, however, whatever's relevant to winemaking seems to be what comes up in these and what people are interested in talking about. So we keep them kind of informal, but we get into a lot of deep material through these. They last 1 hour and are typically on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night during the course. We also have courses which require hand-on experiences. So for example, in the wine chemistry course, we have a weekend where we get together on the Berks campus in the lab, and we go through many of the kind of standard wine chemistry assays that would be run in a winery laboratory. Similarly, with sensory evaluation, we get together for a weekend and we taste a lot of wine and do a lot of sensory evaluation and examination of the qualities of different wines as a way to learn maybe what wine tastes like, what it shouldn't taste like in some cases with wine faults and wine flaws, but just kind of a general understanding of the whole aspect of wine tasting. And finally, for our equipment courses, we have a hands-on experience of going to several wineries where we look at the equipment that is being used in the winery, as well as talking with the winemakers at these places to learn a little bit about what guides them in how they do things and what equipment they use and why they use it and when they use it. So we have both online materials, and the bulk of the material is online, and also the hands-on in-person learning experiences. To look at just what the courses are that are offered in each of the semesters, they cover 3 semesters, and each course runs for 7 weeks, so it's about half of the semester. In the spring semester, we have Intro to Wine Production, which is really just a survey course of the winemaking process, as well as sensory evaluation. And so the sensory evaluation course includes a weekend, a mandatory weekend session where we get together again to taste wine. The second half of the semester would involve winery equipment. This is a very short 2-week course with the in-person tour of the wineries, as well as fermentation, which is again another 7-week course. In the fall semester, we have finding, filtration, and bottling, winery equipment, and this is dealing with the harvest aspect of it, wine chemistry, which again includes a weekend session at the Penn State Berks campus, and winery sanitation. And each of these courses in the fall semester are 7 weeks, with the exception of the equipment course, which is again another short 2-week course. In the summer semester, we have just one course. It's a 7-week course on winery regulations. It should be noted that you can jump into these programs or these courses at any point. You don't have to start with a particular course or follow in any particular order. They are designed that you can come in as you can. If you need to do this over the course of 2 years, you can do that, taking one course at a time. Or you can take the full schedule of 2 courses each half semester and finish up in the 3 semesters that it's offered. We do use standard textbooks for each of the courses. Wine Science Principles and Applications by Ronald Jackson is kind of the backbone of the course. It's a fairly technical course. It's a technical book. It's an excellent reference material as well, which is kind of what guides me in it. Making Sense of Wine is our wine tasting or sensory evaluation text, and finally Introduction to Wine Laboratory Practices and Procedures is our chemistry text. And in the case of Wine Science Principles, we use that over several courses. Of course, Making Sense of Wine is used in the sensory course, and the Wine Lab course uses the Introduction to Winery Laboratory and Practices. So again, thank you for joining me. If you'd like more information, you can contact any of the people on this list. Erica Kunkel is the Continuing Ed Coordinator at Penn State Berks. Penn State Barron has Carlene Orlando, and you can also get a hold of me, Bob Green, to discuss any aspect of this with any questions you might have or any concerns, and we will help you get through it. And again, thank you for joining me, and I hopefully will see you in class. Thank you.